Hey guys, how's it going? Tom Phillips here, that SEO guy from ThatSEOGuy.co.uk and .com, soon to be. Today we'll be going through a Majestic SEO and Ahrefs or Ahrefs, however you want to call it, or whatever you want to call it. I'll be going through exactly what they both do, how I use them, and how you can use them in your SEO campaigns. So let's jump straight over to my computer and get to it. Okay, so I'm at my computer now. So what we'll do is we'll go through Majestic and Ahrefs SEO tools, how to use them to your advantage, and how to crush Google rankings using them. Okay, let's go. Right, so here's your site and here's the Google rankings. That is what is going to happen. Right, so what do they do exactly? These tools basically enable you to explore a domain in greater detail than you would be able to if you were just looking at the domains just on their own kind of thing. So they let you check the backlinks, the power of the site, the anchor text, let you spy on competitors, find out the best domains to buy using these tools, find out how to change things up if you've been slapped by Google. There's so many different things you can do with them, but we're just going to cover the basics quick. Okay, so why should you use them? They're a great way of checking the status of backlinks and how they might, and how your backlinks might have affected your site. So, for example, if you bought 5 PBNs and you put all your links on them within your articles, and after, say, a week, you went back and checked them, checked your money site through Majestic or Ahrefs, then you can check exactly what they've done to your site. So you can look at like the citation, you can look at the trust to see if it's increased, you can see if the backlinks have gone up, how much by, if the referring domains has gone up, if they've even been picked up at all, which they might not have, depending on how powerful your PBN is, for example. And you can also spy on competitors with them. Now, this is a brilliant little thing to do. Check what your competitors are doing and effectively mirror them. So mirror their backlink structure. So yeah, that's a good little thing to do there. But we'll go into more detail with that in a bit. So the main features of Majestic are the summary of the domain, the referring domain, backlinks, new and lost links, anchor text and ratio, and then the less important ones, map, page status, link profile, and topics. So if we jump over to Majestic quick. So what I've done is I've chucked in Wunderlist quick. This is just a really cool little to-do list tool on the Mac it's on everything really. Yeah, I recommend checking it out if you haven't already got like a little to-do list thing. So I've chucked that in, and the first thing you see is the trust flow and the citation flow. So anything over 20, trust flow and citation flow is a good site, especially when you're looking for PBNs to buy or looking for domains to buy. Anything over 20 you want to be looking at really. So then you've got what have you got here? You've got the topics. So this is basically the topic of the site that's linking to it. So the majority of these sites are business/financial, arts and media, self-explanatory really. So then you've got the external backlinks, referring OPs, and referring subnets. So for example, this site's got 41,000 backlinks coming from 1,600 different domains. And this is quite a good ratio. That's quite high for the amount of referring domains. Obviously there's a site that's, or a couple of sites that have got quite a few thousand links on, but this is generally quite a normal ratio. But if you had, say, 10 referring domains, and then you had like 20,000 backlinks, then it might kind of set signals off, and yeah, be a bit cautious about that. Yeah, so you've got the other things here. So so when it was last crawled and it was downloaded, this is all self-explanatory really. You got a little graph here showing the trust and citation flow. Yeah, and then the rest is just kind of like a summary of the other detailed parts on the site. So so we've got referring domains next. So this basically gives you a list of all the referring domains, and it tells you the citation, the trust, what Alexa rank they are, the amount of backlinks they've got. Okay, so here's the site then. 20,000 backlinks, so half of their total external backlinks are coming from one site. So if you click on the site, oh no, not click on the site, sorry. I'm thinking of a different one there. Sorry, that's on anchor text, that will come up. Yeah, so you can just see by the site that they've probably got like 20,000 pages on their site, and then they've just got a link in the footer, for example. But from here down, that's kind of natural, really. Yeah, so you can just check out all your links. So this might be one of their PVNs, for example, and you can check out how many links come in, what the rank is, what the trust flow, etc., etc. And then you go over to backlinks, so you can see every individual backlink, and obviously there's just pages and pages of backlinks on here. So you've got the topic, the URL, you've got the anchor text, website, trust flow, citation flow of the URL, of this particular URL, and then the actual domain. So let's find a different URL. Yeah, so for example, page 8, for example, the page URL citation and trust is going to be lower than the actual domain, obviously because their root domain is getting a lot of backlinks to it, whereas page 8 they're not exactly going to send many to. So you can kind of gauge with your links and things like how powerful your pages are. That's quite a good way of doing it. Plus, also you can check the anchor text. This is really good when looking for domains to buy, to see what kind of anchor text that they've got. So you can just click through a few pages and then see if they've got spammy anchor text or not, or if it's actually legit, like brand names or long tail, or not even SEO'd at all. And then you got new and lost links. Now I don't really like the layout of this compared to Ahrefs. It's just a bit kind of bunched up. It doesn't really, I don't know, it's not as nice kind of thing. I'll show you Ahrefs in a bit, and then you can see exactly what I mean by this. So lost is exactly the same. So it's basically just on these dates. They had an extra 53 backlinks, for example. So we can shoot over to the anchor text. Now I really like the layout of this compared to Ahrefs. It's just personal preference, really. But this is really useful for checking out what the like the top anchor texts are that you're using on your site. So what it should be is brand, yeah, either miss or or URL. So yeah, so they've got brand, URL, different URL, and then the actual main keyword. So if you had your main keyword here, for example, with lots and lots of referring domains and lots of backlinks, that's really going to set things off in Google. It's going to kind of set alarm bells off, and you're probably going to get slapped. So it's always good to pillow your links like this. So they might have done it accidentally, but it's a really good thing to do. So pillowing your links, as in having the majority of your anchor text as your brand, your URL, an alternative URL. See, that's slightly different because they've got a slash in the end there, and then they've got it without the HTTPS. and then they've got their main keyword. So it's really kind of hidden under it, but this is still really effective here. I've got a post on my blog at ThatSEOGuy.co.uk about pillowing links and using using this tool called FCS Networker to basically pillow links automatically using Web 2.0s. So yeah, so go check that out if you're interested in that. Yeah, so this is really cool. I really like the layout of this because you can click on, for example, Wunderlist. So that's their top one. So you can find out exactly the referring domains that have the anchor text as Wunderlist. So for example, what have we got? Freakshow.fm. So you can click on this and then it tells you exactly which pages have this link on. And if they were deleted, the trust and citation, yabba. Same thing as before. So this is just really, really useful to do, just to figure out exactly where the anchor text is coming from and where it's linked from. So we can head over to map. I rarely use this at all. Basically just tells you where your links are coming from in the world. Not really that useful. So the crawl result, downloaded successfully. This really isn't a lot to look at either. Same with link profiles, rarely look at any of these things. It's mainly the summary, the referring domains, backlinks, and anchor text for Majestic. So yeah, this is just the topic, so that's really not needed much. But okay, so if we jump straight over to Ahrefs, I've chucked in the Wunderlist URL in here, so you can see straight away that it's a completely different layout. It's kind of a lot more modern. I really didn't like the look of this to start with, but now I've really come around to it. They've got some really cool features on here that Majestic don't have. So straight away you can see that they've got social signals. So you can check all the social signals, so Google+, Twitter, how many likes it's got, how many shares, etc. So you don't need to go to another service for that, it's all in one. And then they've got the URL rank out of 100, 78, that's pretty damn good. And the Ahrefs domain rank as well, and that's also out of 100. But one thing that is a thing to look at, and there's a reason why you should get both of them, is because the backlinks are 108,000 there. So if we switch back to Majestic, you see the external backlinks is only 41,000. So already you can see that which tool is kind of more powerful. Ahrefs picks up so many more links. It's so much better at exploring a domain properly and finding every little link that's linking to your site. So yeah, so they've got like double plus domain backlinks, and the referring domains at 5.7k, and there's only 1.6 on here. So it's a lot better for checking your backlinks on here. But I will say, sometimes Majestic pick up links that Ahrefs don't. So it is always worth having both, just to cross-check and figure things out from there. So yeah, all of this is basically self-explanatory, referring IPs, referring domains, government domains linking to it, etc. It's all pretty much self-explanatory there. And you can see they've been doing a fair bit of SEO recently, or something's been going on in the past week or so. But the thing that I really, really like with Ahrefs is the links. So the new links, and referring domains. It's basically the same thing, but I'll show you this. So the way that they lay it out is awesome. I really, really dig this. So it's basically like it's obviously a calendar thing. So you can literally pick I'll pick Thursday and Friday of last week, for example, and then you hit show new backlinks. So on here, it will basically display, oh, if I sign in, it might help. Nice, professional. Okay, right, so it will basically show you those 2 days. So how many backlinks were picked up, what backlinks they were, and how many were dropped. So this is an awesome, awesome tool for figuring out what's going on with your PBNs and things. So for example, if I set up a link last week on a new PBN, you can basically go to here and go, oh right, okay, this was my PBN that I set up. That's the exact one, and it was found 2 days ago. And then you can take this information and look at your tracking software. So yes, you can head over to your tracking software, and then this is rank tracker software. And you can basically see if there's a spike, or see if your domain stayed the same in Google, or if it's gone down at all. And then you can kind of figure things out from there. So you should be able to match it up within a day or two. For example, this was added on the 28th of August. So I would go back, okay, so placed on the 28th between these 2 days, I would go back to my tracking software and look if there was a spike, or if we went up slightly, or basically just assess things from here. So you can see, oh, that PBN did this. Okay, so it's got a domain rank of this and Ahrefs rank of this. So if I get another site that's kind of like that, what's going to happen now? So that's a way that you can just kind of figure things out really, really nicely using this tool. It's just awesome. I absolutely love the layout of this. I won't go through the rest of this. It's exactly the same as Majestic. It's just laid out slightly differently. It's just that anchors really pisses me off. How they lay this out is just, it's just horrible. I just don't like it. I prefer the anchor text on here. It's just a lot easier to look at and then click and everything, but personal preference anyway. Right, so let's jump back to here. So Majestic Features, yep, we've been over that. Ahrefs Features, yeah, so it picks up more links. It's laid out slightly nicer, nicer. It's got social signals. The trouble with Ahrefs is, I will write this down, it's slightly more expensive. How much is it a month? I think it's about $95 maybe after tax per month, which is pretty damn expensive. Yeah, so that's pretty expensive, but Ahrefs do allow you to have a I think it's the 30-day free trial. So if you haven't got these tools yet, definitely check out Ahrefs, because it's a 30-day free trial, and then you can cancel at any point, I think, before the 30 days are up. So it's definitely worth checking that out. But Majestic is a lot cheaper at, I think it's £30 a month, so it's probably, I think it might be $55 a month, or $60 after tax or something like that. So Majestic is cheaper, but Ahrefs is more powerful and more expensive. So the price obviously reflects the performance of it. But if you can afford it, I highly recommend getting both. There are some group buys going around, so check them out. Okay, so we've got this awesome looking picture. Understanding a natural, healthy site. Are you kidding? I never take steroids. So obviously he is not natural and healthy. So let's run through this quick. Okay, if we go back to here. Majestic is definitely my personal preference for checking out sites and kind of figuring out if they're healthy or not. Just because of the layout of this, I really, really like this trust flow and the citation flow thing. It just looks really cool. So anything over a 20 trust flow and a 20 citation flow is a pretty good website. Google will deem that as as quite an authority. When you're searching for domains, just chuck them straight in here. And then if they're like 9 and 10, unless it's like they're giving it away, I wouldn't even bother. So yeah, definitely check out ones that are floating around the 20 on both. If they're more, then by all means, yeah, that's awesome. But don't just run it off this. You want to be looking at the ratio between right. So what have we got here? Yeah, so over 20 citation and trust flow. Chuck it in Majestic and find out. So the backlink ratio. So like I was talking about before, the referring domains to the amount of backlinks. So if your site had 10 referring backlinks and 20, if your site had 10 referring backlinks and 20,000, I'm just going to cut that out. If your site has 10 referring domains and 20,000 backlinks, there may be something up. In other words, someone has probably spammed it along the way, and they've just rinsed the shit out of the site. So they probably it's probably an old site that someone's just spammed with GSA or SE Nuke or something like that, Ultimate Demon. They just literally just chucked it through a few years back when all that kind of thing used to work. Don't recommend doing it now unless you want to be penalised. So don't buy domains that are like that. It's just not worth it. But if this was about 20,000 and this was what it is now, then that's absolutely fine. So is this, to be honest. But anything that's kind of like a really strange ratio, if that was like 10 and that was 40,000, then yeah, definitely. What you can do is go to the backlinks. And yeah, just go through and check out what the anchor text is for each of them. So if it's like some crazy Chinese thing, be a bit hesitant of it. But by all means, copy what it is, go to Google Translate and translate it just to find out exactly what it is. So if it's like Viagra or some stupid thing like that, penis enlargement, then yeah, just stay away. The same thing as if it was in English. Obviously, you wouldn't touch those sites with a barge pole. But usually, sites like that have a really, really high external backlinks and a really low referring domains. So it's always worth checking that out, especially in the referring domains as well, because that's pretty high. But it seems like a normal kind of site when you check it out. I checked it out earlier, so. But yeah, just be aware of that, basically. What else is there? If we go back to here, so the anchor text for spammy words, yeah, so you don't want any spammy words or anything. But yeah, I'll be covering a lot more. Oops. I'll be covering a lot more of this in my next few videos. So I will be covering a lot more. I'll be covering a lot more of this in my next few videos. So if you have any queries, questions, if you want me to do anything else, then yeah, by all means, shoot me an email at my site, contact me on Facebook, ThatSEOGuy, ThatSEOGuy.co.uk, sign up for my newsletter, and I'll let you know next time I have another video out. Hopefully it'll help you out. Yeah, so if you have any queries, questions, feedback, this is my first video that I've done, so yeah, so it's not going to be the best, obviously, but yeah, check it out and let me know what you think.